Hey folks, it's Lindsey Huddleston with SPS back in the building over on the west side of Detroit at the Detroit Pizza Bar, 7316 McNichols. I'm sitting here with the proprietor, Mr. Marcus Jones. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How's everybody doing?
Hey man, I'm doing wonderful. I'm here in the building. We talked a second offline about, hey, I'm manifesting, things I thought about years ago. I saw an interview with Nipsey Hussle years ago, and he had the same kind of setup. So for me to be in this position with my organization, SPS, and to have a great sponsor in the Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network, and we'll talk about that, but to be able to come support you in your business, and what you have. So tell me, what is a Detroit Pizza Bar?
So Detroit Pizza Bar is a number of different things. We're a restaurant, with a bar, but it's more than just about the food for us. We're really about the community and about a sense of space. So we created the Detroit Pizza Bar for folks that look like us and that live here in the city and the neighborhoods can have a place that's comparable to downtown without having to leave their neighborhood, because we deserve nice things in our community.
Yeah, I get that. And it's funny because we talked about the mental health connection. Even when you're going out and you're trying to do something, you want to be able to feel comfortable where you go. And sometimes having a bad experience at a restaurant can kind of be a trigger. So you guys are very deliberate in doing that.
Absolutely.
Talk about, man, I feel like I'm in Miami on South Beach, but I'm on 6 Mile, Talk about the concept behind what's going on.
All right, so I'm from Atlanta originally, so
I did a year at Morehouse.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
nice. So, and it's just vibrant. Things are just, a bit more colorful, right? And one thing I noticed here in Detroit, especially when we talk about just black-owned businesses, all the colors got some sort of black in it, and they're dark, and sometimes I feel like it pulls off that negative energy. And so what I wanted to do with this space is make it nice and bright, so when you walk in, don't matter what kind of day you had or what you're going through, you feel comfortable here because it's warm colors. We got a lot of colors all around us, and it just makes you happy. It makes you feel good to be here. And then I did a lot of natural light since our building faces south. My background is in environmental science, and so I knew using the natural light, I could cut down on my utility costs and cool the space. Yeah. And so I actually don't even have a furnace for the second floor, and it could be -10 outside, but the natural light from the windows heat the second floor.
And I know that amazing wood pizza oven you got in there puts off some heat too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A second ago. Yeah. Talk about the uniqueness of that being only one in the area for the most part.
Yep. So we got a custom oven imported from Italy. Actually,
we're gonna rewind. We're gonna say that part again. So where's your oven from?
We got it imported from Italy. We got
not Italy, Michigan.
No.
If there's such a thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because we wanted real deal food. Like around in this neighborhood, it was nothing but fast food and greasy spoon. And we didn't want to just kick out a greasy pizza. No, that's not what we're going for. We wanted high quality ingredients. And so if we was using high quality ingredients, we had to spend money on the right cooking equipment. Sure. So you can find our pizza oven at 5-star restaurants downtown, the same one, right? Yes. The biggest Italian restaurants you go to, we got it here on 6 Mile, and our people should be exposed to it because we like pizza just like them.
Oh man, tell me about it. And it's just like sparing no expense. Talk about the kind of resources, not necessarily numbers, but what kind of commitment you have to make to be able to pull something this up, even down to the floors. How do you describe the flooring and a unique style on the floors?
So our floors, we did epoxy. I work with some friends of mine. Shout out to Chrissy and Terrell. They did an amazing job on our floors. We came together, had a vision. I like art, they like art, and we wanted our floors to look like a work of art. And they accomplished a great job at that, and it really set the tone for the space. But to be able to pull off a project like this, this was about $1.5 million. You have to use some debt, so we work with a lender here to help us cover our construction and our redevelopment costs.
Well, outstanding what you're doing, bright mind indeed, and your partner Akuna Alumba, I know her well.
Yeah, she's a rock star.
She is a rock star. She threatened me with violence, said, Lindsey, if you ain't here on time, this ain't gonna work. No, I say that, giving her the highest praise. Yeah. Before we even talk about what we're gonna be doing on Championship Sunday, having coaches, players come in and use this great space, talk about, just the idea of going from a thought to manifesting to making this happen. And this is not your first business, but just I want the viewers to be able to tap in of how they can go from saying, hey, I had an idea and I can do it, compared to saying, oh, that won't work and you can't make it happen.
You know, what's interesting is you said things are coming back full circle for you. I feel like things are constantly coming back full circle. Just be able to sit here in this space with you and you find some use for it. You know, this makes my life feel complete. But this project started with an idea of, you know, I just needed a space for Black people that wasn't a club, that wasn't on tip, that wasn't dark, that had good food and good environment, and I couldn't find it, and so I had to do it myself. And
you couldn't find it, so you made it.
Yep. And the thing is, I'm a general contractor by day, and so I have a lot of young people that I've trained in the workforce, doing workforce development in the skilled trades. And the problem is I'm training them, but they can't get, you know, access to commercial projects to get experience to go into the construction industry, but on a commercial level. They were constantly being pigeonholed to do residential. And so this project came to me in multiple ways because I needed a project big enough so I can hire all of my students and give them construction experience.
So your students worked on this project?
Yeah, we built it together. I built it with 98% Detroit-based workforce, and my subcontractors were 90% African American. And I did that intentionally because I wanted Black people to not only be a part of, you know, the patrons and customers, but be a part of the actual development. So putting contractors on.
If I can just add something, my past life working in the Grand Home Administration, seeing some development, the knock would be there's not enough minorities available to fill these opportunities. So you just debunked that myth.
Yeah, and I wanted to show people that we can build commercial too and look just like downtown.
The building ain't about to fall down. We
straight, right? You know, and I just had to get rid of that stigma that we are only capable of doing so much. So we did this whole project. I managed the whole project. African American, it was Afrocentric here, you know, and a couple of my trades weren't, but that's because we don't have trades developed in that space.
Sure.
But I wanted all of my subcontractors to be able to put on their resume that they worked on a $1.5 million project. So now this lender can't say you don't have the capacity, you don't have the capability to do so. Now you should be awarded a $2.5 million project. So for me, it's about scaling everybody and being able to put everybody on.
Yeah, scaling is huge. Billionaire Robert Johnson talked about scaling, and that's important. Let's kind of take a few more steps back. I mean, I'm here, it's manifested, but talk about what was it about your upbringing, your support group, that when you have an idea, instead of people telling you how you can't do it, you get the support to be able to complete it.
You know, I definitely credit my family and my friend group. You know, it's interesting. I was just in Atlanta a couple weeks ago, and I got all of my friends together, and I did a private brunch catered. You know, my friend hosted at his amazing, gorgeous house, and it was really a thank you, right? Because I wanted to thank my network of friends that constantly had my back, that constantly helped me down, you know, from middle school to high school to even elementary school, guys I used to ride bikes with. Yes, we got in trouble and we used to do crazy things, but we never let none of us veer off too far to the left or too far to the right. You know, we all pushed each other to go to college. You know, we still had our fun. You know, we all set out to be whatever we want to do, and nobody ever said you can't do that or that's crazy. I have friends from Atlanta invested in on the pizza bar because they believed in me. And so, you know, it's about having those people in your life, right, that inspire you to be better, one, you know, but also can give you the harsh realities to say, hey, that's crazy, or no, we actually think, you know, you have something, we're gonna put our money up for you, you know. And so I have to thank my friends and my family.
Is there a particular high school we need to shout out?
Oh, Southwest DeKalb in Decatur, Georgia. You know, that's our school.
Hey, you know, when I was in Atlanta as a freshman at Morehouse, there was this sense of empowerment that we had, and I don't know if it's something that comes down to just environment. And you talk about making the trip between Atlanta and flying back. Now, mind you, I was flying back to Lansing. I went from being in a vibrant Atlanta, and it felt ashy when I got back, man. I was like, it was doom and gloom.
Exactly, no sun, like everything like brown and gray, and it's just like, but you gotta find that spark, right? Okay. And I think for me, that spark is helping people, right? And just trying to make a change and an impact on the community and other people's lives, you know?
I'm inspired by it. What does the future hold for you?
I want to keep going, right? I want to continue to do more projects and being able to bring more African Americans up, break down doors. My goal is to get to a $20 to $25 million development and build it with all African Americans.
What does that look like? If you said this was 1.5, what is 20? Is it talking about going down the entire block?
Yeah, it'll be on both sides, honestly. So I want to do like a planned unit development community, mixed use with, commercial, retail, and residential, and really, allow it to be affordable for our folks, but provide space for African Americans to open up their spot, white box, and provide a podcast studio for the community, right? Mm-hmm. There are young people that need access, right? So why can't we have a community space that, is multi-use, right? Purpose, so young people can get involved,
exactly.
And I think we have so much amazing Black talent here. We just have to start coming together as the OGs and bringing and shining down some light and provide some direction.
A few things I want to touch on with that. I'm so inspired by what you said. I like the fact that you talk about the OGs coming, but sometimes we feel like we need permission. And my view is that you get to this point, there's no permission anymore, you just go and do it. Mm-hmm. And secondly, being able to get more people involved and you not trying to have a high price point. Mm-hmm. I think you could have made a decision by being in great cities like Atlanta and other places throughout the world. You can say, you know what, this is worth it, I'm going to tax you for it, but making a decision to make it affordable, I think that's key.
Absolutely, our community has to be able to afford it because really, we are the community. If the community doesn't support the pizza bar, then the pizza bar won't exist, right?
Exactly.
And so I think about it, I have cousins, mothers, and people that I know that have to be able to come here. I want them to afford it. I don't want them thinking, I only can go there for a birthday party or some major celebration because when you come here, you're going to break the bank. No.
I want to bring that coupon. I got my coupon.
Right, exactly. I want to be that neighborhood spot where you can come by every single week, right? And it's affordable, it fits in your budget, and you're actually probably going to leave with a to-go box because our pizzas are pretty big, right?
Oh, I tell you what, I already got plans driving back to East Lansing with pizza. We'll work on that in a minute. I should have gave you the heads up, but I'm sure it'll come right off the head. And I only say this because just recently I listened to someone and they asked what their mantra was, what they what's their daily thing. And for me, it's a line from Nas, it's like second album. He said, why shoot the breeze about it when you can be about it? And that inspired me a long time ago, and I kind of live by that. What would you say is a mantra that kind of keeps you going, that you come back to, whether it's some lyrics, whether it's something that you do, but what's something that kind of keeps you on track?
First thing that pops in mind is Driven from Within. It was a book written by Michael Jordan. It was one of the first books I, cause kind of growing up, reading wasn't like the coolest thing. Sure. But Michael Jordan came out with a book, so you wanted to read it, right? And I just felt so inspired, and just watching him, and and just I'm a sports fan, so and he just had that drive, that killer instinct, and so for me, I don't take no for an answer. We're just gonna go hard, and we're just gonna keep going until we can't go anymore.
We're gonna figure out how to do it,
and we're gonna figure it out.
Well, I'm very blessed to be able to have the opportunity to have great friends like you and Akuna to be able to come into this space, but also being able to continue to manifest the things that I have. And lastly, I want your words to be the last. Anybody you want to give me special shout outs to before we let you go?
Shout out to my whole team at the Pizza Bar. Without them, we wouldn't have anything. Obviously, shout out to the amazing Akuna, because without her, I'm nothing. So, and my kids.
All right, hey, nothing but love. This is Lindsay Austin with SPS, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.